My name is Laurel Burke, and I'm focusing on the impact of growth and maturation on youth soccer players. There are various science-based issues related to soccer, but the most relevant are critical training periods, the long-term athlete development model, factors that affect an athlete's potential, overtraining, periodization, and growth and maturation. Each of these science-based issues noted plays a critical role in developing youth soccer players, and it is crucial coaches utilize them to assist athletes on their journey to reach their genetic ceiling. Critical training periods are windows of opportunity that coaches can utilize to maximize youth ability. The long-term athlete development model is a 7-stage process to guide coaches' sport training. This model starts at a really young age, pre-puberty, and continues post-puberty all the way up to the elite level. It is important that coaches understand there are various factors that can impact an athlete's potential outside of training methods, such as genetic makeup. Additionally, overtraining youth can lead to serious injury or burnout. Understanding periodization to avoid this injury and burnout, as well as growth and maturation, can assist coaches when creating proper training schedules and session plans. The main science-based issue that would ultimately change the way talent is recognized if coaches fully understand it is growth and maturation and its impact on youth athletes, specifically soccer players. Growth and maturation are often looked at as one or coupled together, but they are two separate processes. This is crucial for coaches to understand and remember if working with youth athletes. Growth is the changes in a body size, such as height, and maturation is progress towards sexual maturity. There is a rapid growth spurt at approximately age 9 for girls and 11 for boys, which impacts their athletic performance directly. With the proper training, along with growth and maturation of youth athletes, the athletic performance will increase and they will have a better chance of reaching their genetic ceiling. Working towards an athlete's genetic ceiling, also known as full genetic potential, slows after growth and maturation. As athletes age and growth and maturation occur, youth athletes are able to increase their physical work capacity in tandem with their exploitation capability. Biological age is dependent on a child's maturation process. A child can be the same chronological age as another child, but due to early or late maturation, their biological ages can vary up to 5 years. This means that early maturers are often viewed as better athletes due to their physicality. This is not based on their talent, but due to the fact that they are bigger, faster, and stronger. Hormones such as testosterone and estrogen play a large impact on athletic performance because it alters physicality. Testosterone provides males with the ability to gain muscle and reduce fat, and estrogen is the opposite as it adds more fat to females. The early maturation of male soccer players specifically provides parents and uneducated coaches with the illusion that this child is more athletic simply because they are bigger, faster, and stronger. It is important that parents and coaches realize early maturation does not determine how talented one is or how talented a child will be in the future. When male athletes are early maturers, they often are viewed, as stated previously, as a more valued player. This is because they are able to use their physical traits that others may or may not have in his team's favor. Therefore, this provides instant gratification for parents, teammates, and coaches. Oftentimes, this leads to favoritism by the coach and more training opportunities, either at training camps, state and regional team training camps, and even at the national level. This means those who are younger or mature later are at a disadvantage. This is when the relative age effect comes into play. Soccer teams and pools are based on birth year, meaning any child born in the year 2001 will be on the same team, even though one is born in January and almost a year older than the child born in December. The relative age effect defined is the overrepresentation on soccer teams from youth competitive to professional teams of older athletes, resulting in underrepresentation of younger athletes. This is only proven for the male soccer players, and there seems to be no relationship of maturation and female soccer players. This graph depicts the relative age effect. As you can see, players born in January are overrepresented, which would be older and more mature, as compared to players born in December who are underrepresented due to being younger and less mature. This is one of the only articles found that specifically addresses both female and male maturation and its impact on the sport. Physical characteristics of early maturing boys or youth soccer players who are older are ideal for finding success early in soccer. The strength that is gained by putting on muscle mass, the explosiveness due to power, and the height are all advantages to have in this physically demanding sport. Late maturing boys and early maturation in girls is therefore detrimental to the success of an athlete simply because they cannot perform physically as well as early maturing boys and later maturing girls. It is noted that late maturing boys and early maturing girls are not kept from finding success in the sport. They are just not as likely to be represented at an elite level of play. On average, males who played competitively were more biologically mature, and females were less biologically mature. This is only true for adolescents. Early matures often face more pressure from coaches and parents, and these players found their coaches to be overwhelming and controlling versus positive and supporting. All in all, male youth soccer players who are born early in the specific birth year are older and often more mature. Therefore, due to physical characteristics, they are deemed more talented and thus exposed to better coaching and have more and better opportunities to be in the national pool or make it professionally. Coaches need to realize this unintentional favoritism of early maturing male children because younger and less biologically mature children are dropping out of soccer on their own or are forced out by the age of 12 years old. Maturation are two separate processes that allow a child to improve their athletic performance. Each child goes through growth and maturation at different times in their childhood, which has its advantages and disadvantages athletically. Biological age can vary from chronological age, which impacts athletes who may be the same chronological age but are older biologically. It is important that coaches understand these two processes of growth and maturation, so level of maturation is not mistaken for athleticism or talent, and therefore late maturing males and early maturing females are given equal opportunity to develop, focusing on long-term versus short-term goals. This is because physicality is not an indicator of talent, and talent is hard to determine at such a young age. Thank you for your time, and I hope that you learned something from my lecture. Here are my references if you're interested in taking a further look into the topic of growth and maturation.